Think incognito mode makes you a digital ninja. Lurking in the shadows? Newsflash. It's more like a pair of sunglasses on a cloudy day still visible to everyone. You might hide your history, but the internet's still watching. Let's pull back the curtain and expose the truth about your secret browsing mode. The myth of privacy. Incognito mode unveiled. Incognito mode, the browser's secretive cloak of invisibility. We've all clicked on it, thinking we've magically disappeared from the prying eyes of the internet. You're browsing without a care in the world, convinced that your every move is hidden like some digital ninja. But here's the catch. Incognito mode is not a shield. It's more like a fancy pair of sunglasses. Sure, it hides your activity from the browser history, but it doesn't protect you from much else. You're still exposed to a host of tracking techniques. Your search engine is still watching, and even your ISP has a front row seat to your browsing habits. Incognito mode offers a temporary illusion of privacy, but in reality, it's far from the ultimate privacy solution. So what's the deal? Let's find out and expose the truth behind this invisible mode. It's not hiding you from your internet provider. Let's start with the most important point. Incognito mode doesn't make you invisible to your internet service provider. Your internet service provider can still see your online activities, including what websites you're visiting, how long you're staying there, and even the exact pages you're looking at. You might as well be wearing a neon sign that says, "I'm browsing the web." The idea that incognito mode can shield you from your internet service provider's watchful eye is, unfortunately, a myth. Your internet service provider can track your IP address and monitor your browsing behavior, so your internet activities are still on their radar. In countries with stringent surveillance laws or data retention regulations, your internet service provider might even be compelled to hand over your information to authorities. So if you think you're flying under the radar with incognito, think again. You're just taking a detour on the surveillance highway. Cookies, tracking, and other sneaky bits. Did you know that incognito mode doesn't block cookies from tracking you? Yeah, those tiny crumbs of data that websites leave behind to remember who you are. While incognito does temporarily remove cookies once you close the window, during your browsing session, they can still track you. Advertisers, websites, and third-party trackers can use these cookies to build a profile on you, analyze your behavior, and deliver ads based on your browsing patterns. Think of them as the mischievous spies of the internet, silently watching your every click and move. So even though you're in incognito mode, you're still part of the digital marketing matrix, making your privacy feel more like a magic trick gone wrong. It's like thinking you've escaped from the spies, but they've already planted a tracking device on you. The server knows you're coming. No matter how many incognito tabs you open, the website server can still track your visit. When you access a site, your device sends information to the server, including your IP address, location, device type, and browser details. It's like getting a VIP pass to a club, but you're still signing the guest book. Even though you're trying to sneak past, the server knows you've arrived. So your attempt to hide your tracks is basically a failed mission, especially if you log into any accounts during your incognito session. Once you're logged in, incognito mode is essentially useless. Your browsing history may not be saved on the device, but the server knows exactly who you are and what you're up to the moment you sign in. It's like trying to stay incognito in a room full of spies, and then handing over your ID, the false sense of security. Let's set the record straight. Incognito mode is more about convenience than it is about privacy. While it clears your browsing history so no one can easily see what you've been up to on your personal device, it doesn't make you invisible on the web. For everyday tasks, like buying a gift for someone and not wanting them to spot it in the history, incognito is fine. But if you're hoping it will hide your digital identity from hackers, advertisers, or even the government, think again. Incognito doesn't protect you from external tracking. It only prevents your browser from saving local data like history or cookies. So if you think browsing in incognito is the ultimate shield to safeguard your privacy, you're in for a disappointment. It's a tool to hide from your device, not from the internet at large. It won't stop website fingerprinting. Fingerprinting might sound like a plot twist in a spy movie, but it's a real technique used by websites to track your activity without relying on cookies. Websites can collect all kinds of data about your device screen resolution, font preferences, installed plugins, and create a digital fingerprint that's unique to you. This fingerprint allows websites to recognize you the next time you visit, even if you're not logged in. So even if you think you're flying under the radar in incognito mode, your device's fingerprint remains unchanged. Imagine trying to disguise yourself by switching clothes, but still being identified by the scar you got from that one childhood accident. No matter how many Incognito tabs you open, the website can still recognize you. In other words, Incognito mode won't help you escape the long arm of digital fingerprinting. The government can still see you. Government surveillance programs, like the ones run by agencies such as the NSA, can still access your data even when you're browsing in Incognito mode. Incognito doesn't provide you with the protection of encryption, nor does it shield you from government surveillance. If you're genuinely trying to keep your online activities under wraps from Big Brother, you'll need more advanced tools like a VPN or Tor, both of which mask your traffic and encrypt your connection. Governments have the legal authority to subpoena internet service providers and compel them to turn over data, including your browsing activity. Incognito won't stop the government from seeing your online movements, so if you're worried about your data falling into the wrong hands, you need to go beyond the private browsing mode to ensure real protection. What about your search engine? They're watching too. Yes, the classic search engine. Whether it's Google, Bing, or DuckDuckGo, just because you're browsing in Incognito doesn't mean your search engine can't track your activity. For example, Google can still track your search history across its services, even when you're in Incognito mode, using that data to improve search results, deliver personalized content, or, let's be real, target you with ads. Even more concerning if you're logged into any Google account, such as Gmail, YouTube, or Google Photos. Incognito won't stop Google from linking your searches back to your account. So if you're trying to look something up without it being traced back to you, it's probably better to sign out of your account or use privacy-focused alternatives. Remember, the real Incognito mode is not in the browser, but in how you use the web itself. The danger of public Wi-Fi. If you're browsing in Incognito mode on a public Wi-Fi network, your information is still at risk. Hackers can easily intercept your data if you're not using Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure or a secure connection. Since Incognito doesn't encrypt your connection, any sensitive data you send over an unsecured Wi-Fi network could be exposed, making it easier for cybercriminals to monitor your activities or steal personal information. To be really safe, you'll want to use a VPN, while on public Wi-Fi provides an extra layer of security by encrypting your internet traffic, making it harder for hackers to access your data. Incognito mode can't protect you from these risks, so it's always better to combine it with a VPN for full privacy and security. The shocking truth: Incognito mode is mostly for your own device. The last and perhaps most important thing to note is that Incognito mode only prevents your device from saving browsing history. It doesn't make you invisible to the websites you're visiting or to the third parties they're sharing data with. Your activity is still visible to the site itself, your ISP, and anyone who has access to your device. Even if you're using Incognito on a shared computer, it won't stop the next person from seeing what you were up to if they know how to dig around in the device's cache or storage. It doesn't protect you from any third-party apps or services installed on your device. So if you're relying on Incognito mode as a privacy solution, you're likely missing the bigger picture. In the end, Incognito is more like a privacy placebo, a temporary fix that only hides your tracks locally without protecting your data from the world at large. Thanks for watching. If you found this video eye-opening, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more future videos. Remember, while Incognito mode isn't your digital ninja suit, we've got plenty more ways to help you protect your privacy in the real world of the web. Drop a comment below if you've ever thought you were truly invisible while browsing, or if you got any privacy tips of your own. See you next time, and stay safe out there.